What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag to you. All of my shit is gonna be late as hell because everything got fucked up. Okay, my friend had a birthday party last night, so I did not get to watch this show, and I wasn't able to watch it today because I had audition, then I had to work, and then everybody's home. I got home late after 8. I had already started missing the 2 shows I'm supposed to review for today, so I still haven't even watched those. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I just finished watching the show and writing my notes for yesterday. So I don't know. I'm going to hope that I can get up the 2 reviews for Love and Hip Hop and hopefully Basketball Wives up maybe sometime tomorrow before work or after work. I don't know if it's going to be done or when or what, but I'm going to try. I just got completely thrown off with having to work in the evening and the audition and that party and staying up all night and getting in at 3, 4 in the morning. So there's that. Okay, so let me just get going. It starts off at this, it's the reunion, okay? Part 1, I think they said it's gonna be a 4-part reunion. Oh my God, first of all, I'm so used to 2 parts, and I did not intend to be reviewing this show for that much longer. Okay, but whatever. Apparently, it got to be the longest motherfucking reunion show in the damn world for them to stretch it out over an hour-long show over 4 different days. That's fucking 4 hours. Ain't that much talking in the world. Well, we get it. Y'all don't get along. I mean, damn. Anyway, starts off talking about coochie rejuvenation, titties, boobs, yoni eggs, all the stuff that they've been doing with their sex organs throughout this season. Cynthia's titties when, she went to show them to everybody. And when Candy said that everybody, 4 people got 4 fake titties, but not her because hers is real. And he was like, okay, well, who was you talking about? And everybody's going around or whatever. So Sheree's is fake. And, of course, Cynthia's. Phaedra said that she just had a lift. So she didn't get anything put in it. Just didn't, have them take them off of her stomach and put them in the place that they're supposed to be in. Kenya said that hers is real. And they always been real. She always been big-breasted. So Candy was like, oh, actually, I decided to jump on the motherfucking train. I got fake titties now, too. He was like, okay, but for real, though, who was the 4 people you was talking about? So it had to be either Kenya or Phaedra. Who was you talking about? She was like, whoever going to admit to it. Kenya's like, I ain't admitting it. And Phaedra already said what was up with her. So I think that Candy was actually talking about Kenya, but she don't want to start no shit. So she like, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I got titties. They was talking about camel toe being on trend, and they was like, that's disgusting. It wasn't never on trend. She was like, Phaedra said that it was on trend because they was selling prosthetic fucking camel toes on Amazon. I'm gonna have to check motherfucking Amazon. I was about to let some information slip, but yeah, everybody don't need to know all your business, girl. All your business, okay? But no. Yeah, so I don't know why they acting like camel toe wasn't, trending or whatever. First of all, I think I done seen everybody on this motherfucking show in a one piece and a motherfucking onesie ass jumpsuit, bodysuit, coochie lips showing ass outfit. So if it wasn't on trend, why the fuck you showing your coochie lips? I mean, I'm just saying. Maybe it was personally on trend for you. Something was going on. What kind of, okay. I'm like, how the hell I got my hair? I had a mohawk for my audition today. And now I'm just trying to, keep the hair up in a general situation. Tossed up some ponytails. Anyway, who asked me that? I talk about what I want to talk about. That's what I do, all right? Okay, so there was somebody called in, because, people was like, tweeting and all that sort of stuff, and they like taking people's questions. So they're like, Kenya, first of all, why would you think that Cynthia's cooch needed rejuvenation and yours didn't? Because ain't y'all about the same motherfucking age? Cynthia was like, well, first of all, let me make it be clear, I didn't ever have no complaints about my cooch. My shit was right and tight. I mean, I'm all down for rejuvenating shit, but don't get a motherfucker twisted. And they was like, okay, that's nice to know. So, has Peter met your rejuvenated coochie? She was like, no. He almost did in Hawaii. He almost got him some apparently, but yeah, it did not happen. So no, ain't nobody met the rejuvenated cooch quite yet. Then they started talking about all of the shade with the houses. So they were like, Moore Manor, Chateau Cheray, Portia's Palace. Is that what the fuck? I never even heard that one because she wasn't doing all of that nonsense with them two going back and forth. That is so fucking tiring. So they go through everybody, basically everybody on the show at some point. It's like, I wish these bitches shut up about this house bullshit. Like, fuck y'all houses. He gonna ask Sheree, did anybody else have titty sweat? Anybody else titties was sweating over at Kenya house? She was like, everybody titties was sweating. Portia was like, well, shit, I don't know. I felt quite a big breeze when I had to come in and go right on back out. So I just swooped on in and made all kind of wind. I was like, yes, because she booted that ass quite quickly. And Portia was being very, very, very kind, you know, on that day. Like, so, like, okay, whatever, I'll go. Cynthia and Portia is like, I mean, just because of this bullshit that these two motherfuckers been going through, they don't even want to have housewarmings. Like, I don't need nobody coming to my house, making fun of my shit, complaining about it, talking about me behind my back. Like, well, friends like these bitches, I mean, I just wouldn't invite them. Just, they suck. Your friends suck. Okay, Kenya said, Kenya, he's telling her, he's like, well, Kenya said that you're not living in the house. So what's up with that? She's like, first of all, how would this bitch know if I was living in the house? She was like, well, because where you live, you know, close to me, I drive past your house like all the time and there are never any lights on. There are no lights on at night. It is always pitch black, which will lead me to believe don't nobody live there. She was like, that's not true. That is a lie. Let me see. And he was like, are your appliances in yet? And she was like, yes, they are. He was like, is your basement done? No, the basement's not done yet. And they start talking about Kenya and Candy going down into the basement. And it was like, well, Candy, how did you feel about, you know, everybody getting all upset about the basement thing and like Kim and Candy fighting? She was like, I mean, I just thought it was funny. They were really saying some fucked up things and it just sounded funny. So I was laughing, but I was like, well, damn, I went down there too. I hope they don't start going off on me. And then he's like, all right, well, Kenya, why did you bring her down there? She was like, to be shady. Of course. Of course. I'm so happy. I'm glad that she can admit that she goes out of her way to seek trouble and to harm other people just for the fucking hell of it. Okay, so yeah, she was like, well, she talked about my house and she said that when she moves in her house, it's going to be completely finished and completely done, and it wasn't motherfucking done. So yeah, she said that you know, all of our jaws were gonna drop. She was like, and they did, bitch, they did. Paige was like, yeah, I liked your house, girl. Well, everybody liked it. I mean, what could be said? Come on, the house is beautiful. Don't even front it. Everybody don't like Sheree. I'm not gonna say. Come on, I guess somebody gotta like her. It's always one. Yeah, there are people who like Sheree. There are people who dislike Sheree. Like her or not, that fucking house is beautiful. I actually think Kenya's house is beautiful too. I think, oh shit, I want a house. All these motherfucking houses are beautiful. Shit. A motherfucker without a house is like, that's a nice fucking house. That's what I fucking think. So Kenya was like, well, yeah, my jaw did drop when I saw that fake marble at your entry. Like, oh my God, your marble is fucking fake. She was like, bitch, I can put 2 of your whole fucking house in my unfinished fucking basement. And Kenya's like, well, whatever. She was like, oh, at least I have, you know, no, Kenya's not Kenya. Sheree's like, but I have other stuff, you know, like baseboards and trim. Kenya's like, well, I don't need baseboard and trim because my home is a modern home. And she was like, well, and you know what? Sheree, at least I can pay for my house, okay? You have liens. And she was like, you got liens too? No, I don't have any liens. That is a lie. That's a lie. Kenya got very indignant at least motherfucking twice on this reunion. She was like, you know, you got all these liens. I mean, you need to pay your bills. I mean, pay your bills. I don't know why people's always in people money, but like, this is stuff that you argue about, make fun of people about when you're like a little kid. Like, grown people don't throw their money, well, not responsible, respectful, logical grown people. But yeah, I guess shit. Our president, whatever. Yeah, there are people who make fun of people for this kind of childish bullshit for their whole life. Okay, so she was like, you got these liens too. And she was like, he's the commentator. I can't remember his silly ass name, but whatever. He was like, okay, but for real, both of y'all, are y'all contractors paid? And Kenya was like, yes, all my contractors are paid. And Sheree was like, all the ones that's supposed to get paid. He was like, okay, so you ain't fucking paying motherfuckers. Oh, so you Donald Trumping. She was like, that's right, I'm Donald Trumping. So, I don't know, I guess something wasn't to her liking at some fucking point and she didn't want to pay. Oh, what I did not say at the beginning when I was talking about the body parts and all of that, he was like, okay, so none of y'all don't really get y'all faces and shit done. Just had like, you know, titties and shit like that. The other Housewives shows, you know, they be having all kinds of, you know, facial reconstructions and things. I'm just going to say, first off, I think that Phaedra is lying. Something about her face looks very tight, if you get my meaning. And I think it's about this lip area. I don't know, maybe her chin. I don't know. Something look tight. Something look like it don't look like that's the way her face was supposed to naturally go. Kenya and Portia are the only two that admitted to ever having had Botox, although they don't do it anymore. They tried it like before. And Portia said that she had some sort of a nose job. Okay, so they still sitting there arguing, and after Sheree talking about her being like Donald Trump and not paying motherfuckers or whatever, she go back at Kenya and she was like, well, Portia's in it now. And Portia's like, well, I don't know if it was Sheree or Portia, whoever, because they sit right next to each other. They talking about, well, this African man, what about the African man that put the down payment on your house? And Kenya was like, I pay for my own house, and I am so very proud of myself for being self-made, and I came from nothing, and I'm like so something right now, and blah, blah. They was like, whatever. No. Portia's like, this what happened. She was fucking around with some old African man. Well, she didn't say old, but some African dude. She said that her truck got crashed or some shit happened to the truck, right? So the man so she could get money for her truck from the dude. And then he found out that she was lying. So she got caught and then had to switch up the story and got money. And she put the down payment on her house. And they was like, well, how would you even know that, Portia? She was like, bitch, I got the motherfucking African connection. I'm a queen. They all laughed. As they should. But whatever. She seemed to know. Kenya did not say anything back. And Kenya's not the type of person that normally just lets you. She's not a person that just be like, you know what, that's too beneath me to even, you know, say something about. She's not that kind of person. So if you shut her up, it's because that shit is true. That's what I think about motherfucking Kenya anyway. Let me see. Oh, they're asking, he gonna ask all the other girls, whose house out of Sheree and Kenya's, whose would you rather sleep at? And everybody put on the spot and they're like, I don't know, they both nice. I would like to be at either one. Oh, well, I think that Sheree's walk up, whatever the fuck you call a driveway, is a little bit nice. I think that's what Cynthia said. And, you know, they're going back and forth and talking all kind of shit. And Kenya's like, you know what? Sheree's house is very, very nice. It's not my style or anything, but it's beautiful. And if you like it, then that's really all that matters and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Put that shit to bed. I hope we never have to talk about these motherfucking houses again. But since they don't really have a lot going on as far as storylineage, it's probably going to continue. Forever. Let me see. He asked Phaedra. He on Phaedra now. He like Phaedra. Okay, so what's up with the restoration thing? Okay, basically everybody was already getting along. So I don't know what you were even talking about. The only person that people was having an issue with was Portia. So did you try to do this whole entire restoration shit just to try to get people to be friends with Portia again? And she was like, no, I think we all had like, you know, little issues that could have been worked on and blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, do you think there are any relationships here that are like beyond repair? Like they can't be fucking fixed? And she was like, no, I just don't think anything is too hard for God. Candy was like, no, he was like, so what about you and Candy? She was like, well, maybe in the future. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. It's something, it could happen, I guess. And then Candy was like, no, he goes and he asks Candy, what do you think, Candy? Do you think that y'all could? She was like, please. I think this is all bullshit. Basically, she'll say something like in front of our face and it'll be all nice and kumbaya-ish. And then as soon as she get on the camera by her motherfucking self, she fucking talking all kind of shit. So no, I don't trust her. Let me see. He asked Phaedra if she's going to continue with her camp for the, you know, the boys, well, the boys thing out in Flint or whatever. And she said, yeah, but she's also going to be bringing it out to Atlanta and all of that, which I think is a pretty good idea. And it's cool and everybody's on board with it. Kenya, well, okay. He gonna ask Kenya, will she admit that Sheree's Who Gonna Check Me Boo shirts did better than her more hair care products because Sheree donated more money? She was like, well, first of all, I donate shit like all the time. I gave $25,000 to this or this or that. Now, first, and the amount of money, like people were just writing checks no matter what amount it is that they actually made. So the amount that you donated does not have anything to do or a reflection on how much money you actually made for the shit that you sold. Basically saying, that bitch ain't sell nothing. And she couldn't possibly have sold more than me for no motherfucking t-shirt. So she don't believe it. And Sheree was like, did she even answer the question? Yes, she did, bitch. She said, basically, you didn't beat her. That's how she feel. That's what I think she was saying any damn way. Let me see. The t-shirt's more profitable. Okay. Candy said that, well, we know that she donated $2,500, right? But she said that she got an email that said that, thank you for the $500. And Phaedra's like, bitch, we fixed it. It was a typo. I have the motherfucking receipts. I could let you, like, don't even try to bring it up like we fucking, you know, cheated you or shortchanged you or didn't give you your just, you know, thanks or whatever. Yeah, okay. So he asking, why did you get mad at Kenya? After y'all had made up and went through like all of that stuff. So they showing them being Thelma and Louise and driving to Detroit and all of that, or Michigan. And they had like, you know, they made up and they were, you know, supposedly friends. They seemed very, very friendly and happy and, you know, whatever. And they just like, she was calling my husband, basically. But Kenya's like, you already know what kind of talk we were having. Like, we had some sort of business deal that didn't work out, and then I was still texting him after, but it was just regular conversation. Like, it was nothing freaky or me trying to get with him or nothing. She was like, and you found out that I was exonerated from all the other shit that he was accusing me of, and then, yeah, you found out that I didn't do any of those things. So why are you bringing up this old shit? And she was like, well, you asked us about threesomes. And she was like, I asked everybody about threesomes. That's something that Phaedra said. And I was like, what do that have to do with thinking somebody trying to come on to your husband? Because they asked them. I could say you being nosy, bitch. She didn't ask to be in the threesome, or hey, y'all want to do a threesome with me. It's just a fucking question, a nasty question, a question that is probably outside of your comfort zone with you being a Southern belle and all of that stuff. But that don't mean nobody wants your funky ass man. Either way, Kenya was saying that, you know what, this whole thing is like so old. It's like from like 2013. It's like so many years ago. Why are you still bringing it up? She said, well, that's basically what broke up our relationship. And everybody like, oh my God, now you jumping out the back window with the shit, Phaedra. She was like, no, I'm not talking about me and my husband. I'm talking about me and Kenya. And Kenya's like, no, it's not. We broke up over our friendship, took a hit because of a video. And then you started talking shit about me, calling me an alcoholic and all of this and all that. And then Phaedra was like, well, you were drinking heavily. No, I was not. That is a damn lie. I told you she was coming hard. She came hard quite multiple times. I was like, Kenya is not here for the bullshit today. Okay. One thing, she only come hard about things that she really be telling the truth about, though. So other things, she'll just be like, and other shit, no. I'm like, okay. She mean that shit right there. Okay. He was like, well, why didn't you pray with Kenya when she came to the room? Like, basically, she was trying to reach out to you. She saw that you were upset. She was upset. She tried to come down to your level and do, basically your thing. You're all into the, oh, I'm so praying and all of this and all of that. And you guys had prayed. You already prayed with her. Like, why even start this again? And why wouldn't you pray with her? She was like, well, basically, forgiveness or me saying I forgave her, that don't change what fucking happened. And would you pray with her now? She was like, yeah, if she asked. She was like, I didn't ask. And Candy ass over there fucking laughing. And he's I mean, it don't even make no sense because she's saying I just wasn't in the mood to be praying at that time. Basically, she was mad. She was in her feelings. But she's still acting like her and Kenya are friends. Phaedra didn't trust Kenya's motives for the divorce party. She thought that she was making fun of her getting a divorce. And she's like, the party wasn't just for you. It was for Cynthia too. Like, you thought I was trying to make fun of all of y'all, both of y'all? I'm just wondering now that Phaedra has been able to go back and look at the damn footage and you see that she wasn't really making fun. Well, there are some people who actually are watching. Like, some people have commented that they think that that Kenya was being shady. I just don't see it. Come on now. Y'all see how I'll be dogging out Kenya. It's clear that I do not care for the girl, right? So I will be the last person to be making excuses on her being nicer or, kinder than she is. I'd be the last person anybody would accuse of that. So I don't think that she was doing nothing shady. I mean, it might not have been well thought out. Shit, I learned something. Apparently, I bet I never give nobody no divorce party. Apparently, motherfuckers don't really like that shit. But I probably would have thought it was a good idea. I mean, I hear about it on TV. People are always having them. I'm like, maybe I'll do that. But I guess you got to throw your own. Like, somebody can't throw it for you, or people think that you're, jealous or making fun of them or laughing at their divorce. Whatever. Cynthia's like, well, look, I didn't really want a divorce party either, but I knew that her intentions were pure, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ride with it. I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah. And Kenya's like, you could have just did what Cynthia did. You could have came in and be like, I don't really feel comfortable with this. Like, I'm not. She was like, but instead you start calling me names and doing all of this and all of that. And Phaedra says to her, I didn't think that that would derail the relationship. You didn't think that walking out of the party, being extremely mad, from what I can understand, whether she came down there or not, you had no intentions on ever speaking to her. Your friendship was over. You was going to be treating her like shit. You think that she did something mocking to you. You called her names, but yet you did not think that anything had happened to the relationship. You thought it was completely all exactly the fucking same. That's a lie that don't even make no sense. When you lie, at least, come on, you a lawyer. Anyway, yeah. So, Kenya told Phaedra, look, I know that there's, the multiple lives that you live. What lives am I living? You are the Southern Belle. She was like, yeah, well, you know what? Whatever lives it is I'm living, it's on TV, so people can see all of them. So I'm not fake, I'm not phony. She's like, whatever. You the Southern Belle, and then you the little freak hoe. She was like, I ain't no freak hoe. I mean, you might be able to do something with, I don't motherfucking know, a Dubai date book or some shit, but I ain't never been no freak hoe. Like, yeah. So the host dude asked Phaedra, do she think she should have just listened to Portia when Portia told her to not really, to take Kenya with a grain of salt? Like, don't just let her be your friend and be trusting her and all of that stuff. And she come out of her motherfucking mouth talk about, well, I don't even have any beef. I don't have any problem with Kenya. I don't wish any ill will towards her. I wish her all the best. I mean, if she wants to beef with me, that's on her. Bitch, how you start this big ass fight? And then when she came and tried to apologize, you treated her like shit. You wouldn't even pray with her. I know she had to feel about this motherfucking big. That was, come on, I don't like Kenya, but that was mean. That was so fucking mean what you fucking did to her. And then you got the nerve to act like she the one got beef with you. Like, she don't have no beef. She was all in your corner. I'm not here for it. She was like, I don't have a problem with Kenya. And Kenya was like, she clearly has a problem with me. She was like, girl, when? How? I mean, I don't ever see you. I don't spend no time with you. We don't even travel in the same circles. He was like, I think that you do. She was like, when? How you know more than me what circles I be in? He was like, I mean, we're in a semicircle right now. Y'all right here. Bitch, you on the same show. How the fuck y'all don't? As many scenes as I seen y'all two motherfuckers in, for you to act like you don't ever be hanging with her, when you clearly hang out with her all the motherfucking time. Anyway, yeah, so he had to call that ass out. Then they start talking about Portia's anger management. Okay. So he's asking Portia, why didn't she want to talk about, you know, the anger management or whatever? And she was like, well, I was fine when it was first brought up. But then it got really, really fucking shady. She got really upset, she said, when Kenya said that, Phaedra said that she wanted to talk to them about how, you know, her shit was going. Almost like she owed them some sort of explanation, and the only way that anybody would be her friend or pay her any attention is for her to come like, oh, let me tell you all my business type shit. And that pissed her off because clearly that's not what she said. She did say she wanted to show off the new Portia, but I guess she just wanted people to notice that she had a more calm, reserve or whatever, not to have to tell motherfuckers or whatever or be explaining. And if she was going to be talking to anybody, she probably would have been talking to the other girls and not Kenya, because she does not care for Kenya. Yeah, Kenya would probably be the last person that she would have been sharing that information with. And then she was like, and then Kenya started, you know, being insulting with asking me, are you on medication? I mean, are you cured or whatever? And I'm just like, yeah, really? Cured from what? Why would she need to be on medication? It's not like the situations, the fights that she had were completely like out of the motherfucking blue. Like she was just sitting there and just became a ticking time bomb and like, oh my God, I don't know why she mad. Like you could clearly see that these were fights, arguments that escalated into something fucking violent, which I think is something that could happen to any goddamn body in real life. But to act like, yeah, like she's a lunatic and she needs to be medicated or in a fucking straitjacket, like she that motherfucking violent and fucking crazy, like, I'm like, bitch. So yeah, I would have been mad too. Cured from what? What disease did I fucking have? Being provoked and then acting on it? All I need to do is learn to channel my anger in a different way. Are you cured? I don't know. Why don't you test me? I guess that's what she said too. So yeah. She was like, well, you should have just answered the question. She was like, no. He was like, well, then you kind of just flipped out. And she was like, I didn't flip out. They were all like, you flipped out. She was like, well, I don't consider getting up and walking out to be flipping out. She basically said that she got mad because she thought that Kenya was just lying, just making the shit up, and then everybody all attacking her and all of this and all of that. And then he turned to Kenya like, and why the fuck did you think it was okay to follow her? She was like, yeah, really, why did you do that? And that's what everybody was fucking thinking. He said it seemed like you were actually perhaps, I don't know, trying to provoke her. Yeah. So Portia's like, well, yeah, she was following me. And then at one point, I mean, she got up close. And then she was like, what, is this your trigger? Am I triggering you? Yeah, because somebody is supposed to get cured from being taunted to their face and fucking followed, because there's medication that makes you suddenly not angry when that fucking happens. Like, bitch, yes, she was trying to fucking provoke her, just like she provokes all of this motherfucking bullshit. So yeah, She motherfucking followed her, and she should have got fucked up. But Portia was on her zen right then. So she was like, you want to get popped, but I'm not going to pop you. I'm just going to keep on moving. And he was like, did you ever apologize to Portia? She was like, no. I mean, it was just a poor choice at that time, but it's nothing to apologize for. Portia said that she was really proud of herself that she was able to just get in her car and drive off without, you know, succumbing to it, without answering back to it, giving it any power. Just said, you know what, I can't deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to go. I'm going to leave, and I'm not going to fight. So, yeah. Then he asked Phaedra, okay, Phaedra, every time people gang up on Portia, how come you don't never help, bitch, okay? Why why is you always in the background just letting her just go through it by herself? Like, sipping her motherfucking drink back there like motherfucking Miss Sealy. She was like, well, look, I got a job, okay? Like, ain't nobody else got no job. I got a motherfucking job. That's number one. And, I have to be around people, and I can't be in restaurants and public places, you know, cussing and being loud and all kind of craziness. Portia, like, it wasn't crazy. I got up and I left. Like, yeah. People are always wondering why Phaedra always leaves Portia out to dry, and Portia basically said that she has talked to her about that. She talked to her. She said she talked to her about two damn things. What was the first one? Did I write the shit down? She's asking her. She's telling her now that she also talked to her about not sticking up for her or not saying nothing when people are attacking her. So whatever the other thing is, apparently I'd have missed it in the notes, but whatever. She did say that she called her, about the thing with Kenya and the anger management. She called her because she was like, why did you tell her that, when she watched the clip and saw that Kenya wasn't lying? And now she's saying that she called her also and asked her the same shit that he just asked her. So she's trying to get into her little story, and Candy's like, well, wait a minute. Why you keep giving her passes? Like, me and you had like a problem now, but we didn't have a problem at the beginning, which means that, to me, I guess we were friends, right? And now we're not, and something went wrong, and you had a problem with me, but why didn't you extend to me the same courtesy of calling me when you feel like something, you know, there's a misunderstanding, something's awry, I didn't really like that this was said. Why didn't you call me? What are you talking about? We didn't have any problem. Really? Really, Portia? We ain't got no beef in this child. Okay, so they ain't got no beef this season. She told the guy, can you just remember that I already asked this question when, you know, when it comes up that we did have beef, and you can explain to her what I'm asking her right now because she don't seem to fucking get it or understand. Yeah, that. Then, okay, one of the callers or the tweeters or something asked Kenya, okay, Kenya, why you so worried about Portia being in anger management? Why ain't your motherfucking ass in anger management? Now, did not call it. How many motherfucking times did I say that Kenya ass need to be in anger management? Something is wrong with that bitch. She ain't right. She's about the most hateful, evil, tacky ass motherfucker. I mean, just hate. She just brings negativity. It's just oozing out of her skin. She is negativity. There's nothing. She has very few, very, very few redeeming qualities. And that's for true, okay? So when the person asked, she was like, I need anger management. I mean, Portia, she called me a bitch. She was like, oh my God. First of all, you just called Sheree a bitch. And Phaedra was like, she called me a bitch too. Okay, so, but wasn't I doing it in a playful way? No, you weren't. You were arguing. Do you play with people that you're having a fight with? Because one would think that it being a fight, that everything done would probably be pretty serious. Yeah. She was like, well, no. See, I only retaliate. I never attack. If Kenya only retaliates, I am a rich white man. And I am skiing right now. Yeah, ain't no green screen. Ain't no motherfucking snow. I'm a girl and I'm black. Bitch, you retaliate. Kenya starts she didn't start this thing with Phaedra. But there are very few other motherfucking fights that I could say that she didn't start. She didn't say something off the motherfucking wall or just talking under her breath. She always got something to motherfuckers say, and bitch, it's not always retaliatory, okay? You might come back again after the person gets mad that you done said some fucked up shit and say something back to you. And then you say something back. I mean, the first day that she was talking to Sheree, she fucking, I mean, you just met this bitch and you talking shit to her. So, I'm not here for Kenya to lie and act like like she's kind, like she don't need anger management. Something, just like the person said, it's not only just for physical violence. Like, you are very, hateful, jabbing with your fucking words. Like, there has to be something psychologically wrong with you for you to have that much pent up negativity and anger towards everyone, the world. It's plain to see. There is no one who has missed it. I mean, you can't even trick nobody. There's nobody who even thinks you're a good person. There are people who's like, well, she's good to me, but I know she's a horrible person. You're a horrible person. Yeah. She needs a shrink and some motherfucking meds, for sure. Then the next motherfucker is like, oh, well, people keep on talking about Portia having anger issues, but Kandi has blown up several times during this season and threatened people, like threatened her castmates with physical violence. And she was like, well, I already told y'all motherfuckers, don't start none, don't beat, it won't be none. And Portia's like, no, what you actually need to do is you can't give into it, into your anger. You can't give it no power. You have to just not nothing. And she was like, oh, so now you a little expert on anger management. She was like, well, unlike what you said in your little confessional shit, yes, I do actually go to my anger management things. So he was like, he asked Kandi, do you believe her now that you've seen her go on the show twice? Do you believe that she's going? She's like, no, I think that's bullshit. I mean, just because I only saw her go twice. Well, she got to go every day and record it? Can she have some personal shit? I mean, maybe she got raped by her uncle and she don't want everybody to know. I mean, there are reasons. Ain't nobody got no time to be recording all of they motherfucking all their therapy sessions. Matter of fact, there's like papers you have to sign in order for people to know your medical business and all of that kind of, that break your confidentiality and all of that. So I think that the note from the doctor should have been enough. But I think that seeing her there, I mean, unless you just thought she did it for show. But like I said, she did really, she walked away from the fighting for quite some time, and y'all motherfuckers was just really, I mean, they were digging into Portia. They would not let it fucking go. I was like, they're bullying the fuck out of her. And I kind of, whatever. I kind of was happy when she started going off on motherfuckers again, because they was dogging her out when she was on her little Zen thing and trying to, be a better person. And nobody recognized it. Nobody acknowledged it. Everybody pretended that she wasn't kinder and nicer and more Zen. And fuck it, don't be then. You don't see it, I'm not going to be it, bitch. That's what's going to happen. So let me see. Portia turns around to Kandi and she was like, you know what, y'all bitches, whenever I try to better myself, everybody wants to come at me with something negative. Like, everything about it is so fucking negative. And Candy's like, no, I always supported you. I gave $5,000. Okay, it seemed like she said Celebrity Apprentice. Was that a thing? And I did that for you, blah, 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 whatever. And Portia's like, no, that was for charity. She was like, bitch, I already give charity. I gave that money for you because I fucking wanted you to win. And Portia's like, well, when you do something good for somebody, you think that you just get to treat them like shit after that? And then it just ended. So assuming that sentence is going to be replayed next week and the week after and the week after. I think that somebody need to learn to edit a little bit better, because it should not take 4 fucking hours to get this motherfucking, these little arguments out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That was the whole reunion for last night. I'm excited to get to the crying part, okay? I want to see what the fuck everybody crying for. What the fuck is going on? But anyway, kind of enjoyable. And maybe I'll get to even watch something else tonight. We'll see. We'll see. But if you guys enjoyed this, let me know down in the comments. If you didn't, or if you disagree with anything that I had to say, let me know down in the comments. And until the next time, I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my previous video. I also have a beauty and lifestyle channel you can check out. Or swing by my fitness channel for a free workout. Don't forget to subscribe.